Hey, good Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome to the morning briefing here in beautiful Surfside, California, on an absolutely glorious sunrise this morning. It's a little chilly out, but the sunrise is beautiful and the ocean is flat, calm, and there's no wind, and that bodes well for sport fishing here in Southern California. And we're seeing similar conditions across the border in northern Baja, California. Man, is it great to be with you all. Can I take a swig of this divine coffee? Oh my God, is that good? And I've got to tell you, yesterday I was at the PCS show. Great turnout there, and I got to see so many of you. People that watch the morning briefing, people that watch our Friedman Adventures podcast, long form, the videos we shoot on the sport boats and down in Mexico. And I've got to tell you, I was overwhelmed by how many people took time out of their busy schedule to walk over and say hello. And I get to say thank you to each and every one of you. And I hope to see more of you a little bit later today, because it's going to be another busy day at the fairgrounds. I mean, it's really going to be busy today. So if you happen to see me, give me the opportunity to say thank you to you. Now, one of those guys, and I hesitate to single anybody out because there was too many, but I'm going to single this guy out right now. Ray. Ray walks up to me and he said, "Hey, have you had your morning briefing coffee this afternoon?" And I said, no, not really. I could go for a cup. And Ray buys me a cup of coffee, and man, that meant a lot to me. The fact that he's in on the coffee thing here on the morning briefing, the fact that he took the time to spend some money and buy me a cup of coffee. Ray, you're number one. I really, really appreciate it. By the way, speaking of the PCS show and all the great folks that I was fortunate enough to meet yesterday, get on out there. There's 2 days left, today and tomorrow. You're going to have an absolute ball. And at the end of the morning briefing today, hang on, don't go anywhere, because we'll have several folks inviting you down to their booths. Daiwa, 22nd Street Landing, Pride Sport Fishing, several other guys like my good friend Bill Wilkerson, who now has acquired the Horizon in addition to the Malahini, running out of H&M Landing in San Diego. And we're going to be doing trips on not only the Horizon, but the Malahini again this year. Speaking of the Malahini, Paul Burbank's a guy that loves to fish the Malahini and comes out on many of our Friedman Adventures trips. Paul, hope you're getting well, my friend. I know you're watching the morning briefing this morning. I just wanted to send you all my very, very best. Same to you, Eddie Leland. He is doing great. He spent 5 hours at the show, and believe me, that's a lot for Eddie right now. He's in that battle with cancer. He's doing great. But he went out there with a good friend of mine, Phil Capricio, and they had a ball. So good stuff at the PCS show. Hope to see you all there. All right, remember, hit that like button. That means a lot to us. And the way that we're able to provide you with all this content is when you become a Patreon member. Just become a Patreon member, and for as little as $5 a month, you're part of the Friedman Adventures family. You're going to help us to get this channel growing and growing and growing. And believe me, you haven't seen anything yet. It's going to get bigger and better, and we're going to add more shows. We've got Danny Cadota, who's great and does a wonderful show Thursday Night Live. He is spectacular. Danny's going to be out there. Look for Danny and make sure you thank him for the great job he's doing. I deeply appreciate it, and I know so many of you do also. All right, let me get into what's going on south of the border. We'll run you through that pretty quickly because Cabo is still a little bit on the slower side. We don't see a whole lot going on down there. There's some stripers, sierras, roosters on the beach, a little bit of yellowfin every once in a while, a little bit of flathead dorados around every once in a while, not much more than that. Cedros, they'll be transitioning into their springtime yellowtail bite very, very soon. Once again, the bite at Cedros in the wintertime, there's some calico bass, there's some big halibut, there's some sea bass, but most of that is the pangueros down there doing their thing. Move you up to San Quintin area, 140 miles below the border, starting to catch yo-yo iron yellowtail again and lots of rockfish. Collinette, some boys will be heading down that way. And the Pegasus, I believe, on the, the 17th of next month is their first offshore trip. And there's bluefin noise happening now. There's bluefin noise down there around the Baja coast. There's some fish that have been seen in the channel. There's been fish out toward Tanner and Cortez. I think that bluefin thing is imminent. That bite is going to get rocking and rolling again here very, very soon. So hang on for more of that. Ensenada, Victor from Blackfin Sport Fishing is going to be walking the show today. I better see you, Victor. I'm really dying to see you. And man, you know, we've really hit it off. I've had some great trips down there. He does great work in the community, helping the orphanages down in Baja, California. Can't wait to see him. If you see him, make sure you say hi for me. Ensenada, mostly rockfish, but some big bonita and punabanda. And out there at Todos Santos Island, we're seeing a few bonitas scattered through there. And calico bass, water's still a little cool, but picking a few bass here and there. All right, San Diego-based boats. They have the luxury of crossing over the border and fishing for rockfish. Some guys do that on an extended half-day trip, and they go over and catch rockfish. Remember, rockfish opens up here in SoCal on April the 1st. We're not that far away from it, and we'll be catching rockfish and hopefully some sea bass and all that stuff. So San Diego-based boats can cross the border. They're going to have Collinette trips this weekend, and also locally, those guys are picking away at the sand and calico bass, catching sculpin and whitefish, and that's really the word up and down the beach. Now, Marcus Fain, great Friedman Adventures member, family member, he was out celebrating his birthday yesterday and caught a few bass, sand and calico bass, and had some nice sculpin fishing. But those provide excellent table fare, and they really are great to eat. So once again, happy birthday, Marcus. Hope you had a good day. And Marcus's trip illustrates what is going on the Southern California coast, and that is mostly rockfish, no rockfish. That is mostly sculpin, whitefish, and a few bass here and there. I saw my good friend Greg Brown from Opson Fluorocarbon yesterday, www.opsonusa.com. Put in FA at checkout, and Greg will give you a hug and a kiss. In fact, Dan and Kim, I saw them at the show, and Dan said, I'm going over for my hug and kiss. Going over and see if Greg Brown will come through. And Greg said he was throwing out hugs and kisses for anybody who mentions FA, Friedman Adventures, when you go by. Greg's a great guy. Remember, we mentioned the fluorocarbon because it really works well on these bass that are wintertime bass, and they like to hang out in the structure. So fishing with some 40-pound fluorocarbon, if you can get a bite on that, you might have to drop down with about a 2-ounce sliding egg or a 2-ounce torpedo or a 2-ounce leadhead, fresh dead squid, down near some structure is the way to get these wintertime bass. But when you get a bite, you've got to pull hard, and get those fish out away from that structure. That is definitely the way to make it happen. Grunion Run will be on March the 7th, and that is, it's kind of like the swallows coming back to Capistrano for me, because it's a signal that spring is imminent. It also gets surf fishing very, very active, and you see pelicans flying by perhaps in the background, combing the beaches right now, looking around. We haven't seen a lot of that this winter. There hasn't been any bait on the beach, so there's either some fry here or grunion are staging. Yeah, there could be that, or it could be that the pelicans are bored and don't have anything else to do. But it looks more active here at the beach. I see more birds working, and so surf fishing should pick up. There's been some bar perch, but you see more yellowfin croaker, and definitely some springtime halibut. Throwing a Lucky Craft or a chrome crocodile, even a Castmaster works really, really well. So March the 7th, there's a Grunion Run on SoCal beaches, and it's open season, and then it's closed all the way until, I want to say June or July. I'd have to look again. So this is the time for you to come out, get your grunion, freeze them, and then you'll have them on the grunion runs that are coming up. And I'm telling you, you go out and toss a frozen grunion out there during a grunion run, and man, there are some nice big yellowfin croaker and halibut, all kinds of fish you can take. So it's open March the 7th. It runs 4 nights. You'll want to take advantage of that. And I'll come down here and let you know, hey man, there was a lot of grunion last night. You need to get down here. I'll keep you up to date on that. March the 11th will be at Bass Pro Shops, and that's going to be a really good time from 1 o'clock till 2:30 in the afternoon. My sons Philip and Patrick are going to be there. I'm going to do 6 separate podcasts that day. You can be part of the live audience, and we'll have all kinds of stuff going away. We'll have a table set up where you can come over and meet some of the folks who are behind the scenes at Friedman Adventures, and I'm telling you, it's just a great opportunity, not only to do the live podcast, but for me to say thank you to each and every one of you for helping us to get close now to 2 million views, which I am so deeply appreciative of. As I said, I can't mention everybody who was at the show, but I just want to one more time again, thank you all. Can't wait to see you again here today. Once again, I'll just be wandering around lost So make sure you pat me on the back and say hello, because I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you. All right, my friends, don't forget, at the end of this, there's some guys at the show, Daiwa, some other guys that want to invite you to come and see their booths. Check that out. And of course, I'll be at the show today. Looking forward to seeing each and every one of you. Have a great day. Always my pleasure to spend the morning with you. And I hope to see you again really, really soon. Take care, my friends.
Hey guys, come down to the Daiwa booth here at PCS. We're in 811 here in the Huntington Beach hangar. Come and join us. Look at all of our stuff that we got here. We'll help you out.
Good afternoon, folks. Mike, as you know, from 22nd Street Landing. This PCS show is way better than expected. I knew it was going to be good, but it is definitely surpassing all of my expectations. I walked around a bunch. There's a lot of cool stuff here. All the captains, all the manufacturers, everything you possibly need to do is here. You got 2 more days of it, and you can come see me. Right now, what we're running, the special, we'll call it, Sean's selling his t-shirts here. And if you buy a t-shirt, you get put in for a raffle for a free overnight trip, just an open party trip, just yourself. And that's really it, but you do need to come check this show out. The weather's bitchin', cold beer, lots of nice, good-looking people, except for Phil. And that's what we got. Come check us out. We're in 147 and 148. And come see down here at the Orange County Fairgrounds, a PCS Sportfishing magazine show.
Hey guys, Sean from the Pride here at Costa Mesa, California. We're here at the Pacific Coast Show. If you guys would like to stop on by, we have shirts, hoodies. If you're wearing a Pride shirt or you already have one, you guys get a free raffle ticket for an open party trip. We'll be pulling those at the end of the show here. But we're in the Los Alamitos building, I believe 146, right next to 22nd and the Independence. Great weather, very good show here, and hopefully we see you guys out here.
Hey, so guys, if you're going to be over here at the show, come by the Independence booth, check out the new railrod assist pipe. This thing is used to catch these big bluefin tuna. Everybody's onto these new big rail rods and everything. Thing is, guys like me that own nice boats, we don't want you dragging that railrod across my deck and on my rails. So I came up with this idea. It swivels 360 degrees. You put your rod in there, you stand up, you fight the fish using your leg muscles instead of your back muscle. Cuts down on the fatigue. We were able to put 10 fish on the boat using these things last year. No problem at all. Nobody was hurting at the end of the trip. We had a great trip. But yeah, definitely come check out the railrod assist pipe.
All right guys, day 2 just started. Come on down. Costa Mesa, Orange County Fairgrounds, Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show. Booth 113 in Los Alamitos Hall. You guys know where Los Alamitos was originally, I think. But yeah, come check us out. Remember, we got 2 boats, guys. Come down, make a reservation, book a charter. Peace.